Miss K here. I hope you enjoyed learning about animals and camouflage. Now, we're going to learn how artists can create camouflage to make artwork. We can actually use our skills in drawing shapes and lines and using different colors to create our own camouflage artwork. So what we're going to do first is we need to make sure we understand what a pattern is. So if I was to draw on my piece of paper here a black circle and a yellow circle, then a black circle, then a yellow circle, what would you guess would be the next two circles in my pattern? If you guessed black circle, yellow circle, you'd be correct. A pattern is a series of repeating shapes or lines. Sometimes we put shapes and lines together to create a pattern. So I could do something like this. Pink stripe, black stripe, pink stripe with a yellow dot. Pink stripe, black stripe, pink stripe with a yellow dot. That's a pattern too. Animals use all sorts of patterns and textures to blend in with their surroundings. We as artists can recreate those textures and patterns that animals use for camouflage. We can even invent our own camouflage patterns. Get ready to do that. All right, first grade friends, for my project today, I am going to need 2 sheets of paper. I'm using 8.5 by 11 copy paper. But any kind of paper that you have at home will do just great for this project. And then the second thing I need are some coloring tools. I have with me a bucket of colored pencils. You can use crayons, markers, anything that you have available to you will be great. Now, to create our camouflage caper, first we need to create 2 full sheets of pattern. So we're going to get right to work, first grade friends, creating 2 full sheets of pattern. You're going to be doing the same pattern on each sheet. So you're going to get really good at this pattern, whatever the pattern is that you choose. Consider what colors you're going to use. And also consider, you can kind of go one of 2 ways here. You could do a realistic pattern that represents a real animal, such as turtle shell pattern, or your second option is you could create a pattern all right, friends, so now I'm going to create my pattern. On both sheets of paper, I'm going to have the same pattern. So I'm going to get really good at making whatever pattern I choose. You have 2 kind of options for what kind of pattern you want to create. You could choose to create a realistic pattern, okay, such as zebra stripes, turtle shell, cheetah spots, something that you would see a real life animal have as their camouflage pattern. Or you could choose what we're going to call an imaginary. So you could take a fantasy animal, a pattern you wish an animal had, and create that pattern as your own unique pattern, not necessarily representative of an animal in real life. So you choose, do you want to have a realistic pattern or an imaginary pattern? Think about that for a minute, and then think about what colors you're going to use for your pattern. So consider your color scheme. I'm going to actually be creating an imaginary pattern. So I'm imagining a creature that has stripes and spots that are pink, green, yellow, and a little bit of blue. So I have my color scheme ready. I know what kind of pattern I'm doing. I'm doing stripes with spots, and I'm doing an imaginary style animal. So I'm ready to begin my first sheet. Oh, this one got a little wrinkly, but guess what? That's okay. Not a problem. I'm going to create my pattern diagonal from one corner to the other corner. You could create your pattern horizontal from one side to the other side the long way, or you could create your pattern vertical from top to bottom. That's up to you. For my pattern, I'm going to start in the very corner with pink stripe. Pink stripe, blue stripe. Whoa, this color pencil needs to be sharpened. Let's see if I've got a different one. Yep. Doesn't work so well. Pink stripe, blue stripe, green circles with a yellow background. So it's really important, friends, that I fill up my whole paper and my whole space with color. I don't want to leave any of that white showing unless it really is truly part of my pattern. But even then, I really shouldn't have too much white showing. Okay, and I want to keep going all the way until I get to the very other corner. This is a great challenge. Pink stripe. What comes next? Help me out, y'all. Blue stripe. You can think about the size. If you're doing stripes or dots or swirls or anything, you can think about the size of them too. It's kind of fun to play with the size. So I'm doing thick pink stripe, so big pink stripe, and skinny blue stripe. And then green spots. Oops. With a yellow background. So I'm going to keep working on my patterns, friends, and I'm going to get all the way to the other end. And then guess what? I get to do it again on a second piece of paper. Start working on yours and we'll meet back here. Hey friends, I'm back. I've got 2 sheets of paper with the same pattern on them. I tried to make it as similar as possible because that's really going to help with my camouflage magic that I'm going to work next art class. So keep your 2 pieces of pattern paper in a safe, accessible place where you won't forget them because you're going to need these for next art class to do our awesome camouflage caper artist magic. See you next time.